Hey guys, it's I'm an Angel, and in the last video I noticed there was a constant buzz in the background, and I had like nothing on. There was no fans, no anything, and then I have realized that it's just the sound of the building that I'm in, the dorm I'm in. So there's nothing I can do about it to stop it. The only thing that could get rid of it is if I film in my car, which there is so much snow on the ground. I live on a mountain, so there's snow everywhere. um, so yeah, I'm not gonna attempt to get to my car in this. So in my last video, I also noticed multiple editing mistakes at the very end, and by the time I noticed it, it already had like 100 views. And I was just like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, so I'm gonna just leave it. But literally, at one point, you see me go out and accidentally go to my camera where it shows my wall and like my part of my leg is in it, and it's just weird. It was just so random. I did not even notice it until like like hours later, and I was like, oh crap. And then there's another one where I hit something in Cookie Run Kingdom and it sent me to this link, and I had to go back to the game. I thought I edited those out. Apparently I didn't. That was my bad. So now we're going to get into analyzing Pure Vanilla Cookie, and in the video after this, it's going to analyze the entire new update, including Shadow Milk Cookie and Pure Vanilla Cookie. Like, it's going to combine the two together, because I've already done a Shadow Milk analysis, but that was before the new update, so I'm just going to combine the new update, their analysis together, so that it just makes less work for me. So let's go ahead and get into the analysis.
Vanilla Cookie!
Pure Vanilla Cookie!
Gingerbrave. I apologize. I was lost in thought for a moment.
Are you alright? Your dough is white as snow.
Do not worry about me. We should be arriving soon, shouldn't we?
Ah, yes, about that. We have just crossed the borders of Beast Yeast.
We're finally here, I see. In Beast Yeast.
Hello people, I don't know how many takes it's taken me to say this because I keep messing up my words. This is my last try. If I mess stuff up, bear with me. So, as you can see, Pure Vanilla Cookie has zoned out. His mind was not present, he was just gone. And as an ADHD person, I do this all the time. I just zone out, I'm in another world. But for Pure Vanilla Cookie, it was different, because when he like snaps back to it, Strawberry Cookie is like, your dough is white as snow. And I'm wondering if he was having like a disassociation. Oh my gosh, I can't say it. This is the millionth time I've messed up the word disassociation. A disassociation episode, which like, so what I'm calling it this might not be the actual word. This is just what I'm calling it. It's where you just kind of, something's wrong, you're anxious, and your body just kind of shuts down your mind, and you're not really thinking, you're not really feeling, you're just kind of gone. And it happens whenever there's like trauma or something, and I've done this before. It is not fun to snap back after that and being like, oh, how much time has passed? It's not fun. Second thing that I think might be happening, he could have snapped out of a panic attack or something, or like an anxiety attack. Obviously not a panic attack since they don't know, but it could have been like an attack of some kind where he's just standing there and like staring and he's feeling all these emotions. Maybe he didn't like maybe he did not emote what he was feeling, but either way, something was happening. I cannot talk. This is going to take me forever. At the moment, it's 2 hours long. This video is not going to be 2 hours long, but I'm editing 2 hours worth of film. So, woo! Thankfully, I have a snow day, so I got time. I'm back because I googled dissociative disorders and like dissociative episode. So because I realized, you know what, I suck at describing things, and I'm probably describing it completely wrong. So I had to Google it. So I'm just to make sure. And so there's like a lot of different symptoms of like a dissociative episode or whatever, but the one that I was trying to like explain was the detachment, which is feeling like you're outside of your body, or that the world around you isn't real, or like feeling detached, say the world is like lifeless or foggy, or like you feel like you're seeing it through like a pane of glass, or you're like living in a dream or something. So I just found more stuff. Feeling disconnected from the world around you. Disassociation is often referred to as zoning out. It's a defensive response that temporarily disconnects us from reality, often during moments or periods of stress. Similar to how planes switch to autopilot during a turbulent flight, disassociation is like releasing control to navigate safely through a storm. Okay, that was exactly what I was saying. What I meant to say. I suck at, like, putting my brain words into real words. That sounded so weird. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and get back to analyzing.
I must reveal it. The secret of cookie creation.
What's wrong, Pure Vanilla Cookie?
I thought I heard a familiar voice from somewhere. I must have been mistaken. Let's continue ahead.
So I'm about to say something that's probably going to annoy a lot of people who have not seen the newest update. So if you have not seen the newest update, bear with me. I can't explain why this makes sense for the newest update until then. But that moment where he is hearing White Lily Cookie's voice in his head, it's giving schizophrenia. And I googled it, and schizophrenia is a chronic mental illness that affects a person's thoughts, feelings, or behaviors. And it's characterized by a disconnect from reality, disorganized thinking and speech, and changes in behavior. Symptoms include hallucinations, whether it be hearing, seeing, smelling, touch, or feeling things that aren't there, delusions, disorganized thinking, disorganized behavior, yada yada yada. But he's hearing voices in his head. Now there's a reason he's hearing these voices, okay? Like, there's a reason, but no one else is hearing them, just him. So it's seeming like they took some inspiration from schizophrenia or something to add to the story.
Everyone, take a look around you.
Cookie crumbs?
It was a trap after all.
Is it a monster hungry for cookie dough?
And that Caramelian cookie rascal. He knew about this whole thing and didn't say a word!
And he tricked us with those little spores! The powder! Achoo! I can't see! Achoo!
Finally, we can breathe a little.
What's that? Now that the spores are gone, I see something twinkling over there.
No, it cannot be.
I must reveal it. The secret.
A shard of the light of freedom?
The light of freedom, you say? Is it similar to your light of truth?
Yes. I carry the light of truth in my soul gem, just like White Lily Cookie carried the light of freedom in hers.
White Lily Cookie?
I thought it faded away when White Lily Cookie became Dark Enchantress Cookie. And yet, now it feels as if the light of freedom is calling out to me.
Pure Vanilla Cookie, wait!
And this is why he's been hearing her voice. It's because of the Shard of Freedom. Please tell me that's what it's called. I'm not looking. But like, his entire goal in Beast Yeast is changing now that he's realizing that there's a chance that he can save her. And again, I'm not looking. We might not have gotten to that part yet. Oopsie. I don't know. I'm not reading a script or anything. I just have an open computer in front of me with Google, and I'm just doing what I usually do, which is winging it. I don't know what I'm doing. Woohoo.
Hey! What was that?
Did we all have the same dream somehow?
That was definitely White Lily Cookie.
Could that have been a fragment of White Lily Cookie's memories?
White Lily Cookie's memory?
The light of freedom. This shard holds a part of White Lily Cookie's soul within. I'm certain of it. Is it possible that the voice that called for me came from this fragment? If that is the case, we're only playing into Dark Enchantress Cookie's plans. But whatever she is planning, this shard might provide a clue. I think we should take it with us. And if it really is a piece of White Lily Cookie's memories, it's all the more reason to keep it.
Let me help. Will you take me to...
I hear it once more.
First of all, why the heck did Ginger Rave scream like that? Like, that just sounded so weird. And second of all, with Pure Vanilla Cookie, we're seeing him do something that he doesn't normally do, which is make a quote-unquote selfish decision. He's choosing what he wants over the safety of the team. He chose to keep the shard when it's most, like, it's not a trap. But in that setting, it most likely would be. Like, there's a bigger chance of it being a trap than it not being. So, he really wants No, that's who I'm talking about. He really wants White Lily Cookie back. I'm not retaking this. He really wants White Lily back. So, he's making the decision to endanger the team at the cost of, like, just in case he could bring her back. And it makes a lot of sense for him to make a decision like this. He's been lonely. He misses his friends. He's struggling a lot. So it makes sense that he would do this. And I'm not judging him, like, whatsoever for making this decision. I'm just stating what I'm seeing. Is that it seems a bit selfish on his part, but it makes complete sense. So, yeah.
They are right to suspect Dark Enchantress Cookie's traps. And yet, as small as it may be, I am happy to find White Lily Cookie's trace. She often wandered off without a word. But every time I wanted to ask her, "Where are you going this time? What are you searching for?" Of course, it's too late for questions now, but what if these shards are the key to unveiling White Lily Cookie's secrets? We must find more of them.
Further proving my point that it's kind of a somewhat selfish decision, and I'm not like insulting her or anything, I don't know what else to call it, so I'm just saying it's a selfish decision. But like, furthermore, proving that it's a selfish decision is he's even admitting it to himself that they're right to suspect that it's a trap, because it makes sense that it would be. So he's admitting it to himself, and even says, but like, if there's a hope that I can get her back, I want to do it. I don't know the exact words he said. I know that's not it. I'm not looking because I'd have to stop recording, and I want to get this over with as quick as possible. So, if I'm probably saying everything wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. This is what happens when you get an ADHD person who spends all of their time and attention on schoolwork, and then when it comes to their channel, they just wing it. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get back into watching stuff before I say something stupid.
Silverbell Cookie, wait! Please, listen to what we have to say.
How do they know my name?
We've been following the tracks of Dark Enchantress... No, White Lily Cookie, and her memories led us here. You. Are you the cookie that brought White Lily Cookie to the Fairy Kingdom?
They know White Lily Cookie? Are you the friends of White Lily Cookie? I never would have thought. Not only am I a faithful knight of His Majesty Elder Fairy, I am also a guardian of the Hall of White Lily Cookie.
White Lily Cookie has a hall named after her?
Of course! White Lily Cookie is a hero to the Fairy Kingdom. And if you're friends of White Lily Cookie, you're friends of the kingdom. I apologize for my behavior earlier.
White Lily Cookie seems really important to the fairy cookies.
They even think of her as a hero. I wonder what happened back then.
I'll tell you everything once we get to the kingdom.
He's so happy that she's being considered a hero because a lot of people consider her a villain, considering the fact that she is like half dark enchantress cookie. I did an analysis on her and I still don't know what the heck happened there. So her soul was split in two. Half of it went to dark enchantress cookie, half of it went to her. I don't know. I made an analysis and I still don't get it. But he's just so happy that she's considered a hero after everything. He's such a loyal friend. He's literally a really good friend to everybody. That's probably the best thing about him, is how good of a friend he is.
Oh, Green Wanderer. Although you lack a pair of wings, like a fairy, your floral scent sings. Savior of our kind and eternal friend. Open your eyes to see silver once again, for your journey has yet to end.
Oh, I remember this scent. White lilies.
It's so sparkly and beautiful.
Whoa. So this is the fairy kingdom. Where do I go first? Ah! There! Oh no! Please, no more spores!
The fairies. They're singing a song for White Lily Cookie.
If it wasn't for White Lily Cookie, the fairy kingdom would not have been able to prevent the great calamity. Hearing His Majesty describe how the arrival of the great calamity would mean great danger for the entire desert world, White Lily Cookie stepped up to help us without a hint of hesitation. Using every bit of her strength, she stopped the unthinkable. I had heard of ancient heroes beyond Beast Yeast who possessed the power of light, but had yet to come across it myself. It was the first time I saw a cookie whose power could rival the strength of His Majesty Elder Fairy.
So here he's learning so much about his best friend that he didn't know, and you can see, after a while, that it starts to wear on him. He starts to get sad by the fact that he's learning all these new things, because he thought he knew her so well, and he's now realizing that he didn't really know her as much as he thought. He's learning that she's changed, she's a different person, and he's sad because he misses the old times with his friends. He's a reminiscent person. He really wants to go back to those old times, back when it was good, back when he was happy, basically. He wants to go back to those memories where he was happy, and he's realizing that she's different, and she was in most of those happy memories. So to him, he's like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this back. So he's starting to feel really sad about this. And you can see as it goes further into the story where he just keeps getting sadder and sadder, where it's like, I don't know her the way I used to.
And although White Lily Cookie has fallen into an eternal sleep, it is said her soul is still fighting to protect the world of cookies.
I guess the Shard of the Light of Freedom didn't disappear because White Lily Cookie's soul is still out there.
What do you mean? White Lily Cookie's soul is Dark Enchantress Cookie's soul.
Then, does that mean Dark Enchantress Cookie is tricking the fairies?
To prevent the great calamity.
This way! I'm so happy I could help you reunite with your friend.
White Lily Cookie needs your help. She must wake up. Pure Vanilla Cookie. So that she may hear my voice once more. Pure Vanilla Cookie.
The voice. It's calling out to me again. It brought me all the way here to find you.
Pure Vanilla Cookie, do you think it's another one of Dark Enchantress Cookie's traps?
Even if Dark Enchantress Cookie defeats all the 4 ancient heroes and seizes their soul gems, the one thing she can never possess is the light of freedom. For it could only shine for White Lily Cookie and her alone. And yet, she willingly chose to become another cookie. The shards of the light of freedom that we encountered in the forests of Beast Yeast, and the light that remains within White Lily Cookie slumbering here. They are remnants of White Lily Cookie that Dark Enchantress Cookie can never steal, I'm sure of it. But how? What keeps these fragments from disappearing? What could have happened to White Lily Cookie?
So on my last analysis video of Pure Vanilla Cookie, I had a really interesting comment with a very interesting theory suggesting that it's not the light of truth or the light of freedom speaking to him, that it's actually Shadow Milk Cookie speaking to him as the light of truth or the light of freedom and manipulating him. And that makes a lot of sense because you can see the emotional torment that he's going under making these decisions. And it doesn't make sense at all why he would choose, like, 'cause it makes more sense for it to be a trap than it not be. That's what I've been saying the whole time. And so, it makes a lot of sense for it to be Shadow Milk Cookie building up to his eventual escape from that prison. It's building up to him, and he's using, which obviously we already know, he's using Pure Vanilla Cookie to get to that. So I do believe this theory that this person commented saying that it was him talking to him the entire time and manipulating him and using him, that he's been doing this since day one, basically. Well, not day one, he's been doing it since he got to Beast Yeast. So it makes a lot of sense, and I'm just now realizing how insane I must sound to my neighbors. I really hope they are not listening to me, because that would be awkward.
Can you tell us what happened to White Lily Cookie?
In days gone by, White Lily Cookie departed on a dangerous adventure to unveil the truth behind the creation of Cookie Kind. Her path led her here, to the Fairy Kingdom. No matter how many times I warned her of the perils ahead, she refused to give up her mission. Instead, I made sure she carried a piece of moonstone with her wherever she goes, so that she may travel back here through the paths of the other realm.
A piece of moonstone? But the moonstone is...
Yes, it is forbidden dark moon magic, practiced by the witches only. The moonstone leads to the other realm known by the name Dark Side of the Moon.
Is it the same moonstone as the one in the Blueberry Magic Academy?
Yes. White Lily Cookie used it to open gates to other dimensions during her days as a student.
White Lily Cookie must have used the piece of the moonstone to escape something terrible. Beyond that, her fate remains unknown to me.
Then it means White Lily Cookie didn't transform into Dark Enchantress Cookie, but instead split in two.
And now Pure Vanilla Cookie is learning of all the trauma his best friend went through. And I can't imagine the crushing guilt that he's going through right now, because he already feels really guilty for everything. So I can't imagine now that he's learning what his best friend went through, he has to be feeling incredibly guilty, you know, and I can see him making a rash decision to try and save her, because she's his best friend, and he already feels incredibly guilty for not helping his kingdom. So for him, his best friend's all he has left. So I can see him making a rash decision.
So we can revive White Lily Cookie by gathering all the shards of the Light of Freedom? I can hear it. The voice of the Light of Freedom speaks to me.
Okay, waking up White Lily Cookie. They mention waking up White Lily Cookie, and he instantly hears voices. It's a trap. It's definitely a trap. And I know what happens. I've seen this. I know what happens, but I can see into the theory where it's Shadow Milk Cookie talking to him the entire time, because that's just way too convenient. The minute they talk about waking her up, that he hears voices telling him where the other shards are to free her and to wake her up, it's just way too convenient for it to not be a trap. Unless they're trying to speed the story up, but it has to be a trap.
Firstly, let us all calm down and think about what to do next. We must collect all the shards of the Light of Freedom here in Beast Yeast, so that White Lily Cookie doesn't lose her strength. When we found that shard in the forest, it held some of White Lily Cookie's memories. As long as we follow the traces she left here in the Fairy Kingdom, we will be able to collect all the shards. But are shards of the Light of Freedom really all that's needed to wake up White Lily Cookie? And even if we are truly able to wake her, there is no guarantee she won't transform into Dark Enchantress Cookie.
This dude's hiding his emotions. On the outside, he's literally the first person to step in to calm everyone down when they're panicking, when he himself is panicking as well. It's like, that's just showing you his, like, veteran knowledge and how he's accustomed to this, which is sad that he's had to grow accustomed to being able to stay calm while panicking. But he steps in, he calms everyone down, and then it shows you his thoughts, and you can see that he is faking being calm. He's not calm whatsoever. And he's panicking as well. And, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. He's been through a lot, he's learning all this crap, and everyone else is panicking, and he just steps in and calms them down. Well, he himself is panicking. He isn't talking to anyone about it, and he has to be extremely lonely. I think I've already stated that. But he definitely is really lonely, which is why he's going through all of this to get her back now. It's because now his goal is to get her back. So, yeah, he's so hard to analyze, you guys. You don't know how many takes this has taken me, and I'm filming all of this in one day. I don't know how I'm doing this, but yeah.
Pure Vanilla Cookie, what has you so lost in thought?
I'm thinking about White Lily Cookie's memory that we found in the library.
Is there something bothering you?
It was
What's the matter?
It was so similar to how I remember White Lily Cookie as a student.
Huh?
Back when we studied at the Blueberry Magic Academy, White Lily Cookie and I, we used to dream about building a better world for the cookies. We would spend days and nights talking about our research, our pursuit of knowledge. But as we talked, I often couldn't help but sense that somewhere along our journey our paths have diverged. And now that I've seen a glimpse of her memories, I realize that even after all these years, White Lily Cookie's intentions haven't changed once. Going on a never-ending journey, and making it all the way here to a different continent. It was all to find the truth, for all Cookie's sake. Perhaps White Lily Cookie's goal wasn't different after all. Perhaps she simply envisioned a far greater picture.
So here, Pure Vanilla Cookie is realizing that while he thought that he knew White Lily Cookie really well, he's realizing that he never really knew her at all. He knew her once, her dreams, yada yada yada, but he's only just now understanding them. He's only just now understanding her, and he's sad, he's reminiscing. And I feel bad for him. I feel bad for both of them. They both go through so much in this story. It gets a lot worse, guys.
What must we do to wake White Lily Cookie?
White Lily Cookie's current body is but a shell, an empty dough. To revive it, two things are required. None other than soul and life. The shards of the Light of Freedom that you have gathered hold White Lily Cookie's soul, and...
And?
We need a powerful life force. as much of it as every living cookie holds.
But that means a living cookie must sacrifice their own life powder?
Yes, a life for a life, a fair exchange. Magic so sinister and yet so just. But know this. No matter how much life force we use in the revival of White Lily Cookie, she will only be given half a life. For most of White Lily Cookie is now in the hands of Dark Enchantress Cookie. As long as both live, neither shall become whole.
How is that a fair exchange?
Do you still not understand, Pure Vanilla Cookie? White Lily Cookie must awaken, for it is the only way to protect this world.
When White Lily Cookie left for the witch's banquet, she said, "If my life is the price, it will be a worthy sacrifice. Use my life powder."
Pure Vanilla Cookie!
Now he has to make the choice whether it's to wake up his friend who will only live half a life, and he's going to struggle because obviously that's not a good thing, but he wants her in his loneliness. He really wants her. He wants to have that connection again. He wants to have her friend. At the moment, Dark Cacao Cookie's Dark Cacao Cookie. I don't think they know about... Yeah, they know about golden cheese. Golden cheese is golden cheese. Hollyberry Cookie's Hollyberry Cookie. But, like, White Lily Cookie was his best friend. And he will do anything it takes to get her back. So, he's going to obviously give in to that selfish need of wanting her. And he's going to bring her back. Now, granted, he's also incredibly selfless by immediately offering up his own life powder, which could kill him. So, it's both selfish and selfless at the same time. And also, they do need her to open up, or not open up, but to seal the portal thing. They need her to seal it, so it makes sense. But it's just like there's not really... It's basically what's the best choice. None of them are good options, really. It's like, wake her up, she lives half a life, she suffers, yada yada yada. Leave her asleep, Pure Vanilla Cookie suffers, leave her asleep, and then the portal opens and all the Beast Cookies get out. That happens anyways. But, yeah, there's not really a right answer, so what's your take on it? Because there's not a right answer. I'm just talking... And I don't know. I'm just pulling random thoughts from my brain. That doesn't always go well.
You mustn't!
No! We need you to fight Dark Enchantress Cookie!
Don't worry. It won't crumble me, but only make me a bit weaker. To tell you the truth, those questions bothered me for a long, long time. Why was it that White Lily Cookie had to become Dark Enchantress Cookie? And why was there nothing I could do to help? Whether I should have insisted more on stopping her. But now I know. What White Lily Cookie really needed was a friend who understood her. I shouldn't have let her take on such a big burden all alone. But now... I have the chance to meet White Lily Cookie again. Not as a memory, not as a vision, not as Dark Enchantress Cookie, but as the real White Lily Cookie. This time, I won't let her down. Please, use my life powder to wake up White Lily Cookie.
Here he's understanding the kind of friend that White Lily Cookie needed, and he wants to make up for it. He wants to be the person that she needs, and he needs her too. He's been through a lot. He needs that companionship, and so here he has this chance to make up for everything, to get her back, to make up for everything, to be the friend that she needs, and to have the friend that he needs. So it obviously makes sense that he's going to choose to wake her up, and he just selflessly sacrifices his own life powder, which thankfully Elder Fairy Cookie is like, I'll do it. She needs you, which, yes, she does need him, and he needs her. So Elder Fairy Cookie thankfully steps in and donates his life powder so that Pure Vanilla Cookie does not have to. But they're both just going through so much trauma.
Where?
White Lily Cookie.
Pure Vanilla Cookie. Are you also happy that I'm back? Even if I am Dark Enchantress Cookie? Even if I might become Dark Enchantress Cookie once more?
No, I don't believe it. The only reason you were able to return was because you never lost the light of freedom. Because you're not Dark Enchantress Cookie.
But the light of freedom might shatter again. I'm sorry, everyone. I need some time to be alone.
I can just hear his heart shattering at her, just wanting to know if he's happy that she is back. Out of everyone, she wanted to know if he was happy that she was back, because he means so much to her. And of course, he's happy that she's back, and I just know his heart's shattered because she's going through so much and he doesn't know how to help her. So he's just so, distraught that he does not know how to help her. And then of course, she's like, I need to be alone, which is going to hurt him a whole lot more because he's realizing that he doesn't know how to comfort her. He does not know what to do. And he actually, eventually he figures out Gingerbrave is the best person to send to help her, which he selflessly, rather than trying and doing it himself like he probably wants to, he's like, Gingerbrave's company is just what she needs. So he's able to recognize that. So he sends Gingerbrave up to help her when he wants to be the one to help her. But he's doing what's best for her by standing back and letting Gingerbrave handle it. Which Gingerbrave does an amazing job, by the way, handling how he helps White Lily Cookie.
The rift in the tree has gotten even wider?
It's escaped. White Lily Cookie, use your sealing magic, just like you did back then.
It's too late.
Oh, doesn't this fresh air just feel divine? Oh, I see I have quite an audience here. I am so terribly sorry to have kept you waiting. But now, the wait is over. Your favorite trickster is here. Shadow Milk Cookie.
This is my soul's abyss of regret. Why am I here again?
Pure Vanilla Cookie. Pure Vanilla Cookie. Ah, there you are. To think you'd keep me waiting for so long.
Light of truth. But
Yes. I've been waiting for you all this time, even though you kept paying no mind.
I've already regained my strength. And I've sworn to use it for good. To fight for the happiness of all Cookie kind.
Your strength. Your strength. What a funny little joke. How is it your strength?
What is that supposed to mean? The light of truth is my...
And now we get into the interesting stuff, the psychological stuff. So this is just further proving my point. He's speaking as the light of truth. It's further proving my point and that theory that I mentioned of it was Shadow Milk Cookie the entire time talking to him. It's just further proving my point, because he's talking as the light of truth, and thankfully, Pure Vanilla Cookie picks up on the fact that that's not the light of truth. He's talking differently, because Shadow Milk Cookie does not have to keep up the act anymore. He does not have to pretend. He's free. So now he's like, okay, I'm free now. Time to torture Pure Vanilla Cookie as much as possible. So, poor Pure Vanilla Cookie. And I'm wondering if Pure Vanilla Cookie reminds Shadow Milk Cookie of a younger version of himself. And that's why. And that would be interesting to look into, because it could hint towards what's going to happen to Pure Vanilla Cookie.
Pure Vanilla Cookie, are you awake?
What have you done to Pure Vanilla Cookie?
Oh, it's been so long since we last met. What's a little chat between old pals?
Pure Vanilla Cookie, are you alright?
I'm all right. Just a bit dazed, that's all.
Pure Vanilla Cookie, are you alright?
Yes, don't worry about me.
Tell me, what did Shadow Milk Cookie tell you earlier?
He disguised himself as the light of truth and spoke to me from the dark side of the moon.
He did what?
And you didn't fall for his lies, did you?
Only later did I realize it, when he revealed himself. I realized that my power and his, they are like two sides of the same coin. What do I do?
So at first he just insists that he's fine, but then when White Lily Cookie asks him, he just opens up, he drops the walls, and you can tell he's distressed. He looks distressed. So I'm just glad that he has that companionship with White Lily Cookie now, because he definitely needs a friend, and I can definitely see why people ship them. I don't do romance. I don't typically ship characters, but I can definitely see the appeal. I can see why people would ship them. It makes sense, just because of how close they are.
Pure Vanilla Cookie. Pure Vanilla Cookie. Show me your strength. The silver tree's strength is all gone. Don't you see? All you need to do is cut it down for good. No, this voice within me, it isn't me. Cut down the tree. Cut it down with your own hands. No, get out of my head!
Here we can, like, the fact that he is openly shouting, and you can see, like, the despair, and you can see how terrified he is, that just goes to show how much this is affecting him. Because if he's showing it outwardly, it means that he's feeling a lot more internally, because you know he's trying to hide it. So I feel like that just goes to show that he's going through so much, and I don't see him coming back. I can see him falling to the dark side, I can see him turning evil, and I don't see him coming back unless they use White Lily Cookie to bring him back. He's just going through so much that the only way they're going to get him to, like, not turn evil is to be really good writers. And if he does turn evil, it'd have to be really good writing to make him come back. Because he's been through so much.
Pure Vanilla Cookie,
Yes?
Shadow Milk Cookie is tormenting you, isn't he?
Yes. I cannot tell what the real voice of the light of truth is anymore.
If you feel like you cannot trust the voice within you, listen to my voice instead. Can you do that for me?
White Lily Cookie? Yes, I will.
Everyone, let's fight together. For all cookie kind.
White Lily is the person that he can trust. It's like he can't trust his inner voice right now because it's Shadow Milk Cookie, and she's like, well, if you can't trust that, then trust me. Which he does. He does trust her so much. And I'm just very happy that he has that. After everything he's been through, he needs to have like a close group of friends. He needs to have a friend. And he's not with Dark Cacao Cookie or Golden Cheese Cookie or Hollyberry Cookie, so he doesn't have that with them. And to these younger cookies, he feels like he has to keep up the act of being noble. But around White Lily Cookie, that's his best friend. He can just be himself. He can be vulnerable with her. And he absolutely needs that. He definitely needs it. That is all for today's video. I am really tired. This took me forever to get done. The next video will be the new update, and it's going to be like I'm going to be analyzing the entire thing, not just one character, but like the entire story, everything. So that video will probably be like 30 minutes, maybe, I don't know. But this is all I'm doing for today. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!